It's always great to make it to state, but it's better to make it to Saturday. And tonight, the final reservation for the girls' Class A Final Four is about to be made here on the IHSA television network. The final contest of the quarterfinal day from the Redbird Arena. One team steep in tradition, Carthage. The other team trying to find out what it's like to win one of those trophies in the form of Pana. To set the scene, let's send it to Chuck Blake and Ann Penstone, folks.
Thanks a lot, Jim. And you're right, there's one spot left. Who will it be? The Pana Panthers or the Carthage Blue Girls? Pana making their second trip here, and Carthage is a perennial contender. And Pana's 2 losses are against T-Town. And what kind of game can we expect here, Chuck?
Well, talking to Coach McVickers yesterday, he said he likes to get after it, push the ball, and attack. And that's probably, we already know Carthage loves to do that. So I think we're going to see a very fast-paced game.
Well, you know, it takes a few games to get here, and 5 to be exact. Let's take a look at the road to the Elite 8. First for our visitors, for Pana, you see Carrollton and IHSA, Southwestern, then Columbia. Pretty easy victories for them, except for that Carrollton, who they said fought like tigers. You do not give up a state championship without knowing you played us. And then for the other team, for the home team, Carthage, the Blue Girls, Roseville, Rock Island Alleman, a perennial strong team for both volleyball, softball, and basketball in Illinois, and Ottawa Marquette in the Super Sectional. But you can't talk about the road without talking about the players who bring you. So let's look at our key players.
Hey, first from Pana, Julianne McMillan, as her coach referred to her as a horse. I'm sure he meant it as a big compliment, but he said the kid can play ball, and you see it by her statistics.
Averaging 20 points a game. Everything goes through Julianne McMillan for Pana.
Danielle Hubbard will be the Carthage player of the game. Kid runs the floor well. She is a big scorer, can rebound the ball, has been playing with a broken hand for the last month.
She's been playing with 2 broken bones in her hand, had a freshman substitute, but she's here to play, and it's feeling a whole lot better. That's going to be a key matchup, obviously, inside. Now, the keys to the game, you put them on the chalkboard, what do you say?
Well, with Pana, we're looking at a team that wants to get on the boards defensively. They do not feel that they can let Carthage have more than 1 shot and stay in the ball game. Also, they think they must stop the Carthage dribble penetration in order to stop the bunch of guards that are able to score for Carthage. Also, they know they need to handle defensive pressure. They're going to see full court, half court, 3/4 court. They're going to see it all at some time or other.
We know Pana, they call themselves the Road Warriors because they've had only 8 games at home, so they don't mind playing an arena floor or any other one. And for Carthage, everything goes through Julianne McMillan. That's the key to the game. Control her. Take a look at those.
Well, they're going to have to stop McMillan. They know that, and this is the way that they think they can control the pace of the game by controlling her. Also, they go 8 deep, and he'll run kids in and out, and he feels the bench to be a very strong part of this ball game. Also, he thinks that his transition game is going to have to work to try to keep Pana in transition with them and off the glass.
Well, there you have the Coach's Classics. Now let's go to PA announcer Dave Coley.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with attitude at center court, let's meet the players and coaches from our last quarterfinal game of the evening between the Lady Panthers of Pana High School and the Blue Girls of Carthage High School. First, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the non-starters from Pana High School. A 5'4" junior, number 10, Kaylee Smith. A 5'5" senior, number 12, Amy Byers. A 5'6" junior, number 15, Lindsay Amling. A 5'4" senior, number 20, April Johnston. A 5'7" senior, number 22, Julianne Scherzer. A 5'5" junior, number 23, Rory Kuntz. A 5'8" junior, number 30, Sarah Weddle. And a 5'10" sophomore, number 32, Jenny McMillan. And now, introducing the non-starters for Carthage High School. A 5'6" sophomore, number 10, Kayla Bisbee. A 5'6" sophomore, number 21, Casey Swisher. A 5'7" senior, number 24, Andrea Robinson. A 5'10" junior, number 25, Lauren Dunham. A 5'11" freshman, number 30, Rochelle Boston. A 5'9" junior, number 33, Sarah Bennett. And a 5'9" senior, number 34, Beth Pettit. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineups for tonight's game. For Pana, a 6-foot forward, junior, number 11, Kristen Chamberlain. For Carthage, a 5'6" senior guard, number 20, Ashley Nagel. For Pana, a 5'6" junior guard, number 21, Elise Easton. For Carthage, a 5'8" junior guard, number 22, Lexanne Dickerson. For Pana, a 5'8" junior guard, number 24, Kim Byers. For Carthage, a 5'7" senior guard, number 23, Carrie Twaddle. For Pana, a 5'4" senior guard, number 25, Wendy Kinsey. For Carthage, a 5'11" junior forward, number 32, Megan Shirey. For Pana, a 5'10" senior center, number 42, Julianne McMillan. And for Carthage, a 5'11" senior center, number 35, Danielle Hibbard. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lady Panthers are 30-2 under head coach Kerry McVickers. He's assisted by Nancy Vaudry, Paul Donahue, and Brandy Byers-Hamilton. The Blue Girls bring a 24-8 record into tonight's contest and are coached by Bill Lapp and assisted by Sky Hickenborn and Jeff Thorman.
There you see some relaxed people that may not be so in a couple of minutes here. Chuck, as you know yourself, as you're ready for the game, let's look at the starting lineups matched up side by side, and the key matchup in the middle, McMillan and Hibbard.
Right, and they're going to see quite a bit of one another, I'm sure, before the night's over. Also, again, these two guards, Twaddle and Dickerson, are going to be moving the ball up and down the floor as well.
And she's listed as a forward there, but the coach listed her as a guard. You know that traditional two guards, two forwards doesn't really mean a lot when you get here.
When you watch this transition offense, there's going to be very little posting up with those people.
As we are ready to tee up, this is the fourth and final quarterfinal game. As you hear the Let's Get Ready to Rumble from the PA. And it's that time. Pana wearing dark blue and orange, and in white, the home Carthage Blue Girls.
You realize, Ann, that there is a jump circle there in that red bird. I walked out there yesterday and checked that out for sure, because I can never see it on television.
Well, I tell you what, you really can't see it, but for those of you at home, I do see what he's talking about. It's very thin, though. Probably a coaching strategy for the Redbirds. And controlled by McMillan. Julianne, we talked about it right off the bat, presence in the middle. Byers on the outside, controlled by Elise Easton, the 5'6" junior. Inside real quickly to Kristen Chamberlain, puts it up, and we're going to have a foul quickly here in the ballgame. Called against the Blue Girls. That foul's on 32, Megan Shirey.
I also like the fact that they list Carrie Twaddle as 5'7", but I think maybe they're stretching that a bit. I think that's in her high heel basketball shoes.
Well, all of those who are those of us who are vertically challenged, like all the help we can get. Off the back of the rim, Chamberlain is 6' junior, so they've got the size inside.
Maybe that should be Jim's job at halftime here. We'll measure her.
And there's our first point of the ballgame, goes to the Pana Lady Panthers by Kristen Chamberlain, 1-0. Brought down Lexanne Dickerson. Shirey to the top and back. Dickerson running the show. Nice penetration, but can't control the ball, and picked up by Elise Easton, goes the other way.
Well, both teams are true to form right now because both teams are pushing the ball.
Well, oh, nice drop step. A little bit short. So maybe some effect Hibbert had on it. Oh, nice steal. Swaddle. Nice dump it a little bit long. A little bit of nerves early, maybe?
Probably for this early in the game, right? Trying to push the ball too much there.
Well, a little full court, a three-quarter court pressure. Man, they said they both play man. So far, they've opened up that way.
Well, I'd be very surprised if you saw Carthage in anything different other than maybe a show at some time on an inbound or something like that.
Quickly inside, Chamberlain with it, down on the block, a little bit strong, but picked up by McMillan, and she cannot get it to roll. And a big rebound by Megan Shirey, outlet. Oh, nice bounce pass. She gets a little bit of shove in the back, recovers it, and Hibbard walks.
I know Coach McVickers last night talked about Kristen Chamberlain actually making quite a difference for him because she's taking a lot of pressure off of McMillan with her scoring, especially the second half of the year.
Waited for Easton to come across, even though they had the man advantage underneath. Kinsey with the ball, now outside to Byers. Byers is a first cousin, actually, to the assistant coach. Three-point shot on the way by Easton off the back of the rim. And 2-on-1 break by the Blue Girls. Up and good by Carrie Twaddle. So Carthage in the scoring column, and a good effort by Nagel. But here comes Wendy Kinsey. Kinsey down the middle, kicks out to the side. Chamberlain from outside. And rebound, Ashley Nagel down quickly. His pace is up and down here, Coach.
I'd say offhand that was maybe a step or two out of Chamberlain's range, but she didn't hesitate. She took the ball right up.
Well, Hibbert, the left hand is the broken one, and that's the one she put up for her first two of the ball game. It's about 4 weeks into the healing process. Coach says it's feeling pretty good. That's more protection than anything else. 2 on none, and they convert. Dickerson with 2, so quickly 6-1 lead, and the Blue Girls out on top. Rebound McMillan, she puts shoulder down and puts it in. Good no call by the officials. First for Julie Ann McMillan out of her 20.5 points per game average.
Well, I think the officials are establishing pretty early on that they're going to let them play.
A little bit tighter in the last game. It's a physical one here, but unless it contributes to changing the flow of the play, it's kind of fun to watch. Oh! Danielle Hilbert, this time outside, her 4th point. Oh, nice. McMillan with the pivot, drop step, and shoot. He's got 4 also, so it's 4-4 in that center matchup.
You also notice that Carthage didn't waste any time at all getting that ball out of the net and down the floor.
They will run, and then run again.
That's where his depth really comes in, because he'll be putting some other kids in here shortly and just keep this pace up.
Megan Shirey a little bit long on that effort. McMillan showing she can handle the ball out front as well.
Well, talking to Coach Lapp, this is sort of their MO here this part of the year, that they're missing layups early, but they were making them when they counted against Alleman in the sectional championship.
Oh, nice defense. Shirey came over to double team and caused the turnover. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
Oh, the excitement level is just outstanding. We've had great community support. We went to our super sectional game. We had over 800 fans there. The community's really excited about it. But we started together. This is my first year, and we started, ironically, on this floor last summer. And we kind of got together and set our goals to get back here, and we fulfilled our dreams and our goals to finish our season here.
Coach Carrie McVickers talking about beginning the season and ending the season in the same spot. And boy, that's a dream come true.
Right, and he's also had a team here, well, actually at Champaign with boys in the early 90s. And he told me he hasn't really changed a thing. Same fundamentals, same techniques. He does remind the girls that he loves them every now and then, because of the way practice can get once in a while.
You wouldn't know anything about that. You never yell, do you?
No.
And I believe that.
Never yell, speak loudly, but never yell.
Well, you were talking about Pana. Oh, nice steal. Hustle play. And Wendy Kinsey almost had a clean steal and a bucket on going the other way. Now Pana picking up defensive pressure and extending it. Dickerson with it, swings it right. Pana not using much arm movement as they're playing defense on the perimeter. Now McMillan makes a liar out of me. And Hibbard.
Oh, that's why she's first team All-State. She's going to play at both ends of the floor.
Well, that's the pressure right off her foot, out of bounds after making a good defensive play and board. So it'll stay with the Blue Girls. 8-5. Carthage leads early in the first quarter. Fourth. Oh, she called bank. I don't think so. It doesn't matter.
Bank was open. Right.
Danielle Hibbard with her third bucket. McMillan backs in and kicks it back out. Kinsey. So early on, it has been the play of the centers. McMillan opts to dump it down to Chamberlain, but she wasn't quite ready.
Probably should have gone ahead and taken the shot. It was a very nice white play and then a nice crossover step.
There are three of our officials for tonight's game: Keith Medina, Lonnie Hewitt, and Daryl Shelton on the game this evening.
You probably don't know that Lonnie Hewitt won the state high jump in 1976.
I did not. And rebound by McMillan, who's playing guard right now. He can handle that ball. Kicks it out. No room there. Is quickly recovering are the Blue Girls. Now inside, and there's that drop step you wanted. A little bit short. Credit the defense.
I just don't think she got squared to the basket. And what the problem was, she got turned around and didn't know where the basket ended up.
Dickerson went to the bucket, but no good. And that foul's going to be on 21. It's on Casey Swisher, who has entered for the Carthage Blue Girls. Out of bounds to the Pana Panthers, and full court pressure being applied by Carthage. It's nice to have a big girl who can take the ball and bring it up for you.
Right. Sometimes you'll have a big girl just inbound, but then she's no good at helping with the ball. And I think it's very important that someone can also dribble, because you're just eliminating a position on the floor.
I love the way she uses her head fakes. Gonna get a foul underneath. Big head fake. You can tell somebody's worked an awful lot on her fundamentals with that.
Well, Coach McVickers claims that fundamentals are the most important part of his practices, and I kind of agree right now.
Megan Shirey, her second shooting violation. Number 11, Kristen Chamberlain for 2 shots.
And you see the end result, and Chamberlain at the line for 2. No good on the first.
There's nothing wrong with being selfish inside there, because she is setting herself up for future shots. That was just a real nice feed. She probably had a shot herself, but she got a layup for her teammate on.
Back in the lineup, Ashley Nagel. Chamberlain with her second. And this one on the way in, good. Boy, Carthage does not waste any time getting the ball down the floor. Bill Lapp, of course, replaced a legend, Dick Beery.
Right. And I mentioned this afternoon that there's an old saying that you don't want to replace a living legend. You want to be the person that replaced the person that replaced a living legend. But obviously, Coach Lapp's proven that wrong.
Well, I love the comment that he said, you know, they asked me, could I fill his shoes? And he said, right. You know, I wear 10.5, he wore 9. Nope. And Daniel Hibbert is at the line.
Well, he'll be the first to admit that that program was established with Dick, and that a lot of that credit has to go to some of those assistant coaches that have hung on for a long time. You see Cy Hickenbottom over there, and Jerry Logan. These people have been around for a long time and helped that build that Carthage winning ways.
Well, that's a second of 3. She puts it down, and McMillan just cannot get anything to roll right now. But she's in there with a good shot, so something's going to fall sooner or later.
Yeah, she just keeps putting pressure in the middle of that defense, and that's just what she needs to do.
That foul's on Kim Byers as you look at the replay.
They come up with her left hand. Didn't get her left leg up. To say something, Coach McVickers, about his fundamentals.
You saw that hand come in and hack her across as she sinks the first of 2. That's her 5th point, though with a little bit of luck, she'd be in double digits already. makes the second.
Substitution for Pana. Number 12, Amy Byers enters the game. She replaces Elise Stone.
Amy Byers comes in, and she is a distant cousin to Kim. And now we got full court by the Pana Panthers. So everybody playing 9 to 4 feet right now. And taken away, Kinsey almost had the last time, Chamberlain, and fouled by Ashley Nagel. That push, and it's going to be before the shot, out of bounds.
That wasn't a bad foul. It was on the ground. You have to take the ball out.
Definitely going to keep her from scoring the easy layup. Amy Byers keying it from out of bounds. Right into Chamberlain, who puts it home. Chamberlain with her first basket of the evening. Take it inside, now kicked out. Hibbard with the miss. And we've got a scrum at the free throw line. Bodies everywhere.
Well, Hibbard's problem there was she just had too good a look and too long a time to set that shot up. She was just looked and looked and looked, and then that shot long.
Good look at their out of bounds play. Nice clean look. And we're going to get a hand check foul by Amy Byers.
Number 12, Amy Byers.
And out of bounds. Keying it again will be Lexanne Dickerson, who runs the show. She's a 5'8" junior, averaging almost 12 points a ball game. She has 2 so far this evening. Hibbert certainly drawing a crowd in there. And we're going to get a foul on her attempt. Put her at the free throw line.
Well, she sets up plenty high. She likes to pass out of these situations too. Anywhere from free throw line extended, she can find people cutting to the basket.
That's Kim Byers' first foul of the evening. They're spreading them out. You get a good look at Hibbard in that taped hand. Averaging almost 17 points a ball game. Rebounded by McMillan, who decides to play guard. Brings it all the way down the floor, and everybody wanted a little bit of a awkward ball handling miscue, but no dice. And McMillan, she has been short at least 6 times so far. I gotta believe somebody's gonna start falling.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, she just keeps constantly putting pressure on you inside, and yeah, you're right, they're gonna go down for it.
This game figured to be pretty even. It's about as even as you get with 1 minute left in the first quarter. It's 11-10. The Blue Girls of Carthage with the lead. Pana with the ball. Inside to Chamberlain. And he scores.
She might have got away with a little stutter step there. It was a nice play. She kept the ball up, turned, and never brought the ball out.
Foul's called on Nagel, as you see Chamberlain on the replay. Good square up, nice, use the glass. And congratulations to my teammate. It's all part of a night's work.
Well, they do have 6 fouls here, but most of them are on their guards, and that's the way they play. Their guards are going to get after it. They have plenty of guards. They have depth in position. I watched a couple of their guards foul out in the sectional championship game. It didn't seem to hurt them at all because they were always on the attack anyways.
Pana with the lead. Carthage with the ball. 3-on-2 drill almost. Almost got away with a little bit of a walk inside number 30. Rochelle Boston. Now, Rochelle Boston's been a key player because when Hibbert got hurt, it was Boston who came in and played for her, and she got very valuable experience. Just a freshman that's going to stand here in good stead now, and she's here in this game. Hibbert kicks out. Dickerson with it. And a little bit short, but a putback by Hibbert following. That's what you love to see your big kids do, don't you?
Now, there was a highlight tape because not only did Hibbert rebound the ball, but she started the fast break by bringing it out, and then she finished it by getting down the floor for the putback.
McMillan fights for her own rebound and scores. So determined, Julianne McMillan at the buzzer. And Pana with a 2-point lead. As you see Julianne McMillan go to the bench. This is a good one. First fourth quarterfinal game. Let's go back. We'll be back after this local break. Carthage Blue Girls and Coach Bill Lapp. The team comparison, you see, this is over the season, of course. They're very even. Scoring averages.
But Bill Lapp will tell you that once the regional started and tournament was underway, that scoring average really came down for them. You look at their schedule, they play a half a dozen AA schools in Illinois, and they play some big Missouri schools. So they're scoring and they're defending, and their overall record's a little deceiving.
I'll tell you what, I'd be thrilled as a coach to have a 48% field goal team shooting percentage. That's just unheard of.
And we're not talking about 8 games.
No, a season, exactly. Up for a game. Some people like, there's McMillan. If she's going to get called for the off, she did. She did a little clear out with that elbow, and though she scored, it's not going to count. Picks up her second foul, and that's a big one. Interesting to see what Kerry McVickers decides to do with his senior center, whether he leaves her in.
Well, he's killing her too. So
yeah.
he's confident and he's praying.
Maybe more of the latter. All the way, Lexan Dickerson, coast to coast.
Left hand.
15 apiece. We're all tied up right at the start of the second quarterfinal game. Ann Penstone along with Chuck Blake bringing you the action. The final piece of the puzzle will be put in tonight. Chamberlain over the top of Hibbert for 2.
Nice, got completely squared around and jumped. Used her size, kept the ball up, made a nice play.
Twaddle stops it. Free throw extended and rebounded. Everybody gets a shot, but it's Hibbert that puts it in.
So that all started with a very good screen out at the offensive board by Shirey and got the ball back up to the glass. Some people are very good at screening out on defense, but it takes a real player to screen both ends.
Nice bucket by Chamberlain, but give credit to Wendy Kinsey, who has great touch on that lob pass.
Chamberlain's got her uniform number right now. She's got 11 points.
Oh, nice head fake. Nagel, oh, it's a little bit long. Rebounded by McMillan. Nobody to outlet. I'm surprised. They really go down the floor and let her bring it. Kinsey will run it for the, from the top, Wendy. She's a senior. Man-to-man defense. Hibbert and McMillan. Oh, nice move. McMillan finally gets a roll. And she's going to pick up the foul on Hibbert, I believe. Let's check.
Charge at foul 45, Danielle Hibbert, her first.
You also see very good guard pressure on this play as well, but she got a nice pass inside.
That's just the first foul by Danielle Hibbert. They've been playing tough against each other, a little war underneath the boards. Bucket was good. She makes it 3. Substitution for Pana Panthers into the ballgame, number 22. And that's Julianne Scherzer. She's a 5'7" senior.
Well, Coach Lapp had hinted last night he might try to front McMillan, and I really haven't seen much of that. Hibbert has basically been playing behind her, and I think they just want to see what she can do.
McMillan keys it off, but it goes off her teammate and stays with the Blue Girls.
If she continues to miss some layups, they'll probably just continue to play behind.
Good hustle by Elise Easton. Nagel to Twaddle. Good ball rotation. And McMillan with the active hands creates the turnover. Easton sees McMillan. Oh, that was a nice play. She didn't convert, but I'll tell you what, that's really tough for a big girl going down and turning like that. Dickerson for 2 off the glass.
Just a couple minutes ago, Dickerson had a nice left-handed move to the basket, and then that was a nice right-handed move.
Kick. McMillan's really lucky she didn't pick up a foul on that spin move because everybody was waiting for the charge. Substitution for Carthage. That'll be Beth Pettit. Enters the ballgame. Part of that depth. Bill Lapp talking to his players. He is so positive. He's got 2 second-place finishes. He wants the big prize.
I think when he was asked a question about playing the last game, and he said, we just want to get here and we just want to play, and then we're going to let the chips fall.
like you're saying, he's very positive about the idea that they can do something in this tournament.
McMillan with good control. Carthage did a great job to keep underneath and use the baseline as an extra teammate. Defense way out front. Oh, spin move, and it's going to be a foul on Easton. One of those darn you're in the wrong place fouls.
Of course, why shouldn't Carthage be positive? They have 7 appearances, 2 state championships, 3 seconds, and a 4th. So I think I'd be positive too.
We've got an official's timeout with Pana with a 3-point lead. Second quarter and 4th quarterfinal action. We'll be back right after these messages. There you have it, the score right now with 4:56 left in the first half. With Pana with the lead, they climb back after the Carthage Blue Girls took the early lead. There you see some of the Blue Girl fans. Apparently they like number 15, and let's tell you a little bit about number 15. You see that halo on that basketball? The girls are wearing armbands that say TMC, and that's their little angel. She wore number 15, Tara Cameron. Taryn was a young lady who was a teammate of 8 of these young ladies and passed away from cancer her sophomore year. They dedicated this season to her memory, and you saw the Carthage history. That's part of their history too.
That's true, and it's no doubt about it. It was a tragedy, but it's wonderful the kids have kind of turned into a positive. Then they're trying to take a little inspiration out of it, and there's nothing wrong with inspiration when you're in the state tournament.
They said she gave them so much inspiration, the way she fought. And so they have a teammate up there watching over them. I know her parents, as difficult as it is, I know that they love the fact that her teammates have never forgotten. Chamberlain down with a nice pass, and in. Chamberlain, give credit to Kinsey, who is eyes all over. Twyla with the ball, goes left. Had the chance at the shot, passed it up, and McMillan gets away with a double dribble. Oh, she's going to get called for the carry.
Well, no, my refereeing friends will tell you there's no such thing as a makeup call, but I kind of want. I think they missed the first one and got the second one.
Yeah. It's amazing to me how much she handles the ball and could just turn and release.
And she attacks with it, and really, I don't think looks to pass till she's somewhere in the neighborhood of mid-floor.
Mm-hmm.
The guards aren't trying to pick the ball up any sooner than that.
No, they're not looking to be the outlet, so that's obviously part of their standard operating procedure. Danielle Hibbard will toss it in the backcourt under the pressure of Pana and gets it right back. Dribbles with a non-broken hand. Shirey, Hibbard spins. McMillan with good defense.
Right. Hands up, positioned her body. There's just no place for Hibbard to go.
Outside, I think she had her flush. She would have been 3 if it gone. A little bit short. That's like a thief in the night. Carrie Twyla just was sitting there waiting.
That's classic Carthage. She missed that shot and she hustled. She got in this position where she could take the ball.
24-19, a 5-point lead for the Pana Panthers. Carthage, I think they've got to get Hibbard involved. She's been a little bit quiet scoring-wise.
Well, I just wonder if she's just a tad tired, because she's sort of posting on the low block and staying there. And I think she's much better when she's on the move.
And you know who's been very quiet scoring-wise is Shirey, who's got a 15-point average yet to score for them here tonight.
Well, I think McMillan and Chamberlain are doing an excellent job inside. They're just a couple girls that know how to position, and with their size, they can cover some area. There's a good move.
Well, I guess she was listening.
She heard it.
You think I'm quiet? Right. Look at this.
Well, she didn't wave a fist or anything at you coming down.
Down to McMillan. Goes baseline and again rolls out. Rebounded by Hibbard. Out quickly. Carthage gets that ball out in a hurry. But Pana, give them credit. They're back on D.
No, that shot didn't stand a chance out of her hand.
And that one just did not have the radar on. Serves McMillan from Kinsey.
Now that's a tough move, because she did a reverse pivot out of that, kept her pivot foot down.
Fires to Kinsey. A lot of movement here. Now into Chamberlain, who decides to go to the hoop. And she's going to be fouled by Shirey. That'll be her second.
You going to give that to Shirey or Nagel?
It's going to go against Megan Shirey. It's her third, and that's big. Her second leading scorer with 3 fouls and no points.
I don't think Coach Lapp thinks that's big. I think we have a sub for her right now.
Chamberlain has a high arcing free throw.
Well, she's using all Redbird Arena. She's got a lot of room to work with. I think she's going to use it.
Well, sister Jenny McMillan in now to spell Julianne McMillan, who's a sophomore. Julianne says she gives her pointers. And that high arcing shot, again, a little bit short. Quickly out to Carthage.
Nothing wrong with a younger brother or sister getting beat on by an older brother and sister. I always think it makes them tougher in the long run.
Oh, wide open. Kinsey sees her. And up a little bit long. Easton unable to convert. Almost got the steal. Advantage to Carthage, but oh, it's taken away. Active hands. Give credit to Jenny McMillan, who did not turn her back on the ball. That was a tough pass.
It's going to go against Hibbert.
Now you're right, it is going to go against Danielle Hibbert. That's her second with 2:06 to go. It'll be interesting to see if we take her out of there. Bill Lapp just wants to see her pick up her third as close to the end of the half.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I don't think he minds fouls on his guards as near as much as his post player.
She's got 2. Do you protect her or do you leave her in? Right now she's got a little bit of advantage.
You look at the score, I think he probably just wants to take a shot at it here and see what happens. She's a senior, you'd think she could play with a little finesse and maybe just back off a tad.
Well, and right now she's got the advantage because McMillan's not in the ball game, so maybe do a little bit more damage. It's probably a tempting thing to do.
Looks like Coach Lapp's trying to make a decision right now.
He's looking, he's looking.
He has that famous dumbfounded look on his face that most coaches get sooner or later. Do I or don't I?
It's pensive, isn't it?
Right.
My wheels were turning, the steam was flowing. I was ready.
He might just try to wait till about a minute to get her out.
Oh, that was a nice rotation offensively. Jenny McMillan gets the bucket. Oh, nice screen. Michelle Boston screened off. They weren't able to convert, but what a screen she set on the outside. Kinsey to Chamberlain. Now a screen for Kinsey.
I give some credit to these Pana guards, too. They really haven't scored much, and they know where to get the ball.
Yes, they do. It's the only rebound, but as soon as you fall, it's a travel. Carrie Twaddle disappointed in that. Substitution, number 21.
Just got to convince those guards that those assists are important, too.
Well, most guards know where their butter is breaded, or their bread is buttered. I don't get that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Well, you just want to give them a award at the end of the year and tell them you needed that assist.
Hey, Jenny McMillan seems to have been listening to big sister Julianne, picked up right where she left off. And Pana with a 7-point lead with 1 minute left in the first half of this last team to be decided. The winner will play Oakville, who's a 67-45 winner in game number 3. And it looks like they're going to run the clock out and try for the last shot. Bill Lapp doing a lot of orchestrating over there on the sideline. You sure want to make sure you get a good shot, though.
Right, I just would think that he doesn't want to see them score again and maybe get a score himself.
Nice job. Andrea Robinson put up that shot, rebounded by Rochelle Boston, and put back for 2. So he got what he wanted with 17 seconds to go. Pana with the last chance at the shot. They're holding it out top, 12 seconds to play. They'll probably get it in Kinsey's hands and let her run it. 7. She's directing, time running out, and nothing really happening. I don't think they're really aware of the time at this point, and it runs out.
They weren't. Coach McVickers was yelling, but the floor is just too long. I just don't think they could hear him.
So Pana with a 5-point lead here in the first half of this final quarterfinal game as you see Carrie McVickers walk off the floor. And the officials, you can see the Redbird. You really can't see that circle. You're absolutely right, but it is there. And Jim Albrecht has a coach.
Thanks, Ann. Of course, Coach McVickers screaming on the sidelines with that clock running down. Sometimes that happens, but I'm sure you would have liked to get a shot off.
Oh, yeah, you know, they're high school kids at the state tournament, and, you know, they're excited. And when we're in our delay game, we've got a set play we always run, and they just got a little excited tonight. So we'll live with that. You know, we're up 7, I think, playing real well. Julianne McMillan protecting her with fouls. Usually those balls you're seeing her miss tonight roll in, and she's not getting the roll tonight, but I thought her little sister came in and did a great job the last couple minutes. Jenny.
How about Kristen Chamberlain? She's killing on the low block.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a good job, too, getting the ball over the top to her. She's squaring up nice and finishing. So, yeah, I think we're executing real well. Man, do they run.
I was just going to say, they came out running. How did you slow it down?
Well, you know, we just want to pound it inside, and, you know, it's harder to run on make baskets than it is on the misses, so we can keep sticking them in. But, I mean, we just got to really do a good job racing back. We usually try to match up as the ball's going back down, but I told them tonight, just everybody run back and find somebody.
Go into that locker room and come out fired up.
Well, you betcha that these first 4 minutes of the second half are always the most important part of the game, so we hope to get after it.
Go get him, Coach. That's Kerry McVickers, of course, of Pana. We'll be back after these local messages. We are 1/2 away from deciding the Final Four of the Class A state tournament. We do know 3 of the teams that are in, and one of those coaches stands by with me right now. Janelle Spearman, of course, from Chicago Hope. Great game this afternoon, and I want to show the fans what one of your star players went through today. Shantae really took a tumble, and when you're a coach and you watch one of your players go through something like that, what's going through your mind?
Well, when I saw her hit the floor, the first thing I knew she was hurt. That's why I immediately got up to see if I was able to come to the floor. She has a big knot on her back of her head. We're watching her, monitoring her very closely. And whoa. Now that it's even replayed, it's a little more.
Headaches? Has she complained at all about what she's feeling like?
She's headaches constantly. It hasn't lightened up at all. The trainer told us not to give her any ibuprofen, Advil, or anything because it might mask it. So we're just watching her constantly, 24/7. And all through the night, you're going to have to watch her, wake her up, and make sure she's all right. My mom's a nurse. She's down here. She's continuing to look at her eyes to make sure they're not dilating. And we're going to keep a close watch on her.
Well, she finished with 21 points, and I'm sure, you know, all Chicago Hope fans will be holding their breath for tomorrow because you got to have her.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We got to have her. Even when she hit her head, I said, well, Shantae, stay. She said, no, Coach, I'm ready. I want to play. I want to play. And she wiped the tears away and came out and played well.
Well, Janelle, we'll let you get your game plan together. You got the early game tomorrow. That probably suits you.
Oh, yes, definitely. We would like to see, play the game, get it over with, and be able to stay and watch our competition.
All right, try to get some sleep.
I sure will.
All right, that's the coach of Chicago Hope. And now stepping in to my left here is a man you've seen before, of course, head coach Milt Awe of Hampshire. What's your routine tonight, Coach?
Well, we have the kids home already, and they're going to be in bed here hopefully in a few minutes. And then we'll be up early, have breakfast, and get over here for an early game, 11 o'clock.
Now, us old-timers, you know, we just sleep through anything, right? I mean, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, right. I don't know how I'll sleep tonight or if I'll sleep, but we'll see what happens.
Coach, did you really consider retiring before this year? There was a lot of talk.
No, I actually, in our school district, we notify people 3 years in advance when we're going to retire, and so I made that decision about 3 years ago. So I knew that at the end of this year, that was it. So,
well, you're going to get hardware on your last day coaching, but you're going to have to coach against a pretty athletic team.
A very athletic Hope team. I don't know how Barrison is, if she, you know, how, I assume she's playing, yeah. Yeah, they're very athletic. Their quickness really concerns me. They go up and down the floor. They got a couple of real leapers. And, but, you know, like you said, we're going to take some hardware home no matter what happens, but we'll play hard against them.
Well, you're going to have all the emotions on your side. It's a storybook ending for your career.
Well, I suppose, yeah. I just hope the kids just go out and play and, you know, win it for them.
Well, Milt, get some sleep, or try to.
I'll try to, yeah. I don't know how that'll go. Thank you.
That's the head coach of the Whippers. That is Milt. Oh, we're back after these local messages.
At the beginning of this game, we touted the inside matchup of Hibbert and McMillan, and they're even on fouls, but let's look at the statistics, because that's where the games are won.
Well, there's going to be an obvious point on here since they're even field goals, and the free throw will be the difference in this ball game right now.
Actually, as you take a look at the stats there on the board, the field goals are exactly even, but the difference, as you mentioned, is in the free throws. No three-pointers, and rebounds very even.
Just one block. Got a lot of big girls, but only one block.
Points in the paint, pretty even, although the advantage to Pana. And usually when you win, if you're winning or you're ahead, you usually do it in the paint. Turnovers for Carthage, obviously, that's not where you want to be leading.
No. But points off turnovers within 2, so you're mentioning those stats to me look pretty even. If you just balance up the free throw shooting, you're right back in the game.
And you see the leading scorers, Chamberlain and Julianne McMillan. She's had a ton of chances, just hasn't been able to get them to roll. Hibbert with 13, Dickerson with 6, and it's been a very exciting matchup on the inside. Just about what we thought, pretty even. And we've got one more half to play. We'll be back after these local messages.
your seatbelt. The IHSA is cooperating fully with the Illinois State Police and the statewide campaign to promote seatbelt usage in 2003. Our kids give 100% every time they compete. We should do the same when we drive them to and from their games. Be a winner when you're on the road. Buckle up.
Carthage still has another half a basketball to get back to what their coach thinks they are capable of. You posed a question at the break.
I just asked them, you know, who's better, and they believe we are. And you know, the thing about it is right now there's 2 girls on the other team that are taking it at us, and we've got to hunker down and on our layups that we're missing, we got to quit pressing. You know, 1 layup's not going to get us a 10-point lead, and we also got to start relaxing on the defensive end and not let whistles bother us.
Okay, Coach, enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back to Ann and Chuck and some highlights.
Thanks a lot, Jim, and I love Bill's enthusiasm. He's awesome. It's fun to watch him. And then, you know, let's look at the highlights of the first half. You see the pace of the ball game.
A nice pass, no look pass, set up, good shot. And they're again advancing the ball. They don't dribble much when they get out and go. They're trying to push that ball with the pass. There's that left-handed layup fairly early, I believe, in the second quarter.
Spoke about 2 players doing damage for them, and that's one of them. That's Chamberlain, and here's the other one, McMillan. They have to control that inside game.
Yeah, for young players, they'll watch the footwork inside with McMillan, because she does a nice job keeping that pivot foot down and squaring up the basket.
That's Dickerson with the ball. You saw her right-handed, left-handed, and there's Hibbert, who we highlighted in the open with the broken hand. It does not seem to be bothering her a whole lot. Well, you see the center matchup is pretty even, but you're going to have to stop Kristen Chamberlain and Julianne McMillan. We have a trivia question for you out there. And the question is, oh no, it's about us. These announcers are natives of what Illinois towns? They're talking about me, Ann Penstone, and Chuck Blake. Where did we grow up? A, B, or C?
That's a tough one.
Well, that's one trivia question I can win. I never do win those things. Right. Neponset and Cambridge. And Neponset is Chuck, I'm Cambridge, and we'll be back right after this. It's Pana with the lead and the ball. Second half action in the hands of number 21, Elise Easton. She'll trigger it for the Panthers, wearing the blue and orange of the visitors. And then Wendy Kinsey, who's been running it all first half. Pana doing the damage inside the paint with Chamberlain and McMillan.
I just reminded that Kim Byers had actually opened a big game up for him in the, I believe he said the regional, where she hit 4 or 5 3-pointers, and then that really cleared out the inside. There's a nice play.
I'll tell you what, Wendy Kinsey had that all to herself if she wanted it, but she kicked it out to Chamberlain, gave it up. Very unselfish.
That was actually a super sectional game. I believe she had 5 threes, 4 in the second quarter. So we were just noting there were no threes the first half, but they're certainly capable.
Ball falls a little short. Carthage tries to save it. Number 32, Megan Shirey, yet to score. She has 3 fouls, and that really hurt them. She's their second leading scorer, and she sat about the last 3 minutes on the bench in the first half with 3 fouls. McMillan, nice dish. Oh, and the big girl gets an assist. Bucket and the chance at the 3-point. That's Byers with the bucket.
It's a situation where all the attention goes to the person you think is going to go to the basket, and she makes a nice play on the backside.
Carrie Twaddle hustling across, tried to stop it to no avail.
Might be a little too early to call a timeout, but I bet Coach Lapp's thinking about it.
There's got to be the quick 5 points. If that had gone in, I think he might have, but since the play's going, we'll see what happens if they can convert. That call goes against the Blue Girls, and Pana back with the ball. A 9-point lead. It was 5 at half. They've swelled it to 4. 4 more, 9. And Kinsey in charge at the top. McMillan up high, down to Chamberlain. A little high-low action. Good.
Probably right there, Shirey had to back off just a tad, and that gave her enough room to receive the ball and score on it.
This is about the slowest things have been in this game.
And you see just a little frustration on the eyes of the Carthage girls. I think they want to get something going.
They look definitely like they've been taken out of their offense here. They're all standing up way above the free throw line. And the spacing, now it's a lot better. Dickerson with a spin move, and she puts it down. Well, after that score, Coach Bill Lapp wants a timeout. The size of the Carthage Blue Girls, they're down by 9. We'll be back right after these local messages. Earlier today, the other 3 quarterfinal games, you see a great game. Hope of Chicago, the lone Chicago representative, 59-57 over previously undefeated Riverton. 33 points, however, by Devin Flanagan. Then in the second game, another nail-biter. Hampshire, after a difficult time last year, came back and really showed what they wanted to for their retiring coach, Phil Dahl. 57-54 against a tough Decatur St. Teresa, who knocked out T-Town. And then the game you saw earlier tonight, Oakville, a 67-45 winner over Iroquois West. So we'll have Hope of Chicago playing against Hampshire in the first game, and the winner of this game will get Oakville. So I'm sorry?
I was just going to say, I wondered about that right after McMillan grabbed that ball and put it on the floor. You know, they say you can bobble, dribble, bobble, but you can't do it the other way around. I think that's just what she fell into.
Well, the old dribble, bobble, dribble. Up to Hibbert. Nice. That's the first time that Hibbert and Shirey have gotten that high-low going, but they couldn't convert. Off the hands, McMillan. She runs it down and grabs it. Nice defense by Hibbert. Straight up. Again, this frenetic pace beginning again. Carthage wants tempo and transition, and Pana has matched them step for step.
Right, they're just getting down the floor with them. There's just another example right there. They make them go into their offense, and I think they would just as soon get a layup on the go if they could, and they can't right now.
Shirey with a good turn her head on the ball. And goes all the way to the hoop. Oh, tries for own rebound. We got bodies all over. You know, that hand may be pretty well healed, but I saw Hibbert make sure she did not land on it. So it's still a little sore.
Looked like she kind of flopped to her shoulder there just so she wouldn't land on her hand.
Number 21, Elise Easton, her second first team foul.
Easton with the foul. Her second. And a give and go, Dickerson. She likes that spot. That puts her in double figures. That's 10 for the ball game. Lexanne Dickerson averaging 11.8.
But here's the problem. They just can't keep exchanging baskets. They've got to get a little run going there.
Easton with that basket. Nice spin move. Good. Will it count?
I think she took a page out of McMillan's, but
basket's good.
I think Danielle Hill will. I think Danielle McMillan showed her that at halftime, how to make that move.
The bigger issue is that the foul was called on Julianne McMillan. So that's 3 on their All-State Senior Center. Well, that's a tough move. Coming off that foul, she just couldn't move. Gutsy. 38-30, Pana with the lead. Oh, she was close to that. It's a good effort by McMillan. Dickerson takes it. Get a nice little jumper, Coach. Carthage making a little mini run here. See if they can string a couple together.
This is also how you can break Carthage's press. You just move that ball with passes. You start putting it on the ground, they're all over.
You know, I think Hibbert was holding her up, and McMillan went to move. She was leaning back, and all of a sudden Hibbert moved. There was nothing to lean
Right,
in.
I think it's like pulling a chair out from under you, or
Exactly.
the carpet or something.
You know, you get 12 points off turnover. That's big. So even though Carthage has turned it over 13 times, the points off have been in it.
There we go.
Inside, outside. No threes yet.
Now here we go again with McMillan pushing the ball, and the guards simply getting down the floor.
Nice,
Nice
pass. She averages 3 assists a game, and she ran that 3-on-2 drill just like it's diagram.
Probably got her 3 assists already.
I think you're right. A little shy of her scoring average so far, but we got a long way to go. Oh, Shirey could really use a bucket. Oh, she's at least going to get to the free throw line. She's hacked by Chamberlain.
And that's actually Chamberlain's first foul of the game, so she's done a really nice job inside. She's been somewhat of an intimidator and still hasn't had any fouls.
Well, you know,
has one foul.
And if they have to match up, they're going to have to get McMillan to not be matched up against Hibbert. Let Chamberlain pick up those fouls instead. She's only got 1. Shirey is on the board. Boy, that's been a long drought for the junior. Averaging 15 a game and 8 rebounds. She's glad to see that bucket go in.
We were just handed the Class A All-State team, and looks like a who's who of the people in this tournament. Just notice Shirey on first team, McMillan on first team, Hibbert on third team.
There tends to be a little relationship between that,
right.
Isn't there? A little
Should
bit
have shot it.
Yep.
Should have shot it. She was going coast to coast.
Gee, all the way
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
The rule is, unless somebody stops you, put it up. And she's so used to dishing it off. A 6-point lead by the Pana Panthers over the Blue Girls of Carthage. Pana making their second appearance and certainly making it a memorable one so far. McMillan with a nice spin move. Finally gets one to roll and drop. That's 15 points for McMillan. And back up to an 8-point lead. That's the first 3. Again, it's short. Roxanne Dickerson had a little trouble in 3-point range, but she sure had a good shooting percentage from closer than that.
Nice job by Chamberlain pushing the ball, too.
Swisher doing a nice job. Oh, just taken away by Dickerson. She looks long. Into the hands of number 20, Ashley Nagel. But there's McMillan. 3-on-1. And Carthage comes away with a ball.
McMillan's used to shooting from there. She should have given it back because there was a layup in front of her. Nice move.
Not only that, but she took it up against McMillan, who did not draw the foul. Hibbert.
Coach Lapp signaling, get back, get back. He doesn't want him behind that defense anymore.
And Chamberlain picks up the miss, but rebounded by Hibbert, outletted quickly. But Kana back on defense. They've obviously well scouted Carthage because they know about the propensity to get back as soon as the clapping starts. Oh, it rolls around and in. Bill Lapp is jumping up and down. Robinson with a bucket, and all of a sudden, 4 points down, and it's a run by the Blue Girls. He is all the way out on the floor bringing those kids in. He wants to talk to them about what they are doing right at this moment.
Well, as I said, he wanted to get back. He wanted to get in a position where they could maybe get a turnover, maybe get a miss off the glass. They're just in a kind of a funk where Pana was able to score behind him. Well, once they stopped that, they were able to get points.
Let's listen to Bill Lapp, and they talked about the tradition of the Carthage Blue Girls.
you know, from our junior high programs all the way through all the future Blue Girls, it has been really a fine tradition at Carthage. We've had just, you know, great basketball ever since Coach Barry was there, and you know, he started working hard. He established a program that went on and played a lot of teams in Missouri when Missouri girls basketball really kind of got things in our area started, and you know, it's progressed to where these girls have had sisters that have played down here in the state tournament. They've had the opportunity to play in maybe some junior high games themselves, and although we haven't been here in the last few years, you know, they've had the opportunity to see their sisters play, and it still kind of kept the fire going. This year we have some seniors that have developed some fine leadership and really brought all the younger kids, you know, together, and they all play great together, and they look for one another, and when you see our offense and our defense and our transition, it really gels because of the leadership that our seniors bring to the table.
There's Bill Lapp with that enthusiasm. He needs a drink over there.
Did you get that all written down there?
I took notes all the way through. Well, Pana with the ball, coming out of the timeout. Of course, what you wanted to stop that little run that Carthage has been executing. Getting it outside for three, and it turns our first three of the ball game, and it goes to Kim Byers. That's a way to stop a run. Hibbard, nice body control. Well, they're trading 2 for 3 at that point. Kerry McVicker's up, topping into his team. Into McMillan.
Officials are being gracious.
Yeah, everybody gets every squirrel gets a nut at some time, I hear. That's what Lee Hall always tells me. And we're going to get a hole. This is an unusual call on this.
It was Byers that got him going in the super sectional, and right there with that 3 out of the timeout, that's same as. That's a big boost for him.
Yeah, they say Danielle Hibbert got caught holding. Bill Lapp doesn't like that a whole lot. They're the scoring leaders. Chamberlain and McMillan, we talked about the inside game, 17-15. Hibbert with 20 and Dickerson with 12 as McMillan.
Now that's the shot that wasn't dropping for her earlier. Now she's getting it.
She's adding to that total of hers. She's just 3 shy of her average. Oh. McMillan in half court, getting back quickly. Carthage, she's going to go all the way. What's amazing to me, Chuck, is how she goes down the middle of the lane and does not foul. I mean, nobody's taking a charge and get good body control.
Probably had ballet lessons somewhere along the line, because she does move well, stays on her feet, gets herself positioned, gets squared to the basket.
She's an athlete, and she's aware. That's the thing. She's very much aware.
She's got awareness.
Kristen Chamberlain with a high arc, and this time it goes down.
Well, right there, she did the dish off to Chamberlain when she got to point of attack.
Shirey re-enters for the Blue Girls, and McMillan's going to get a little bit of a rest.
She's going to get about 22 seconds of rest there.
It's McMillan for McMillan. That's kind of a nice switch.
Wasn't there a show, McMillan and White?
Yes, there was. But I wouldn't know, of course.
Much too young, much too young.
48-40, the Pana Panthers with the lead. Ann Penstone along with Chuck Blake as it's tipped away by Lexanne Dickerson and remains with Pana. Third quarter, but not much left. This is for the last spot in the Final Four of the Class A 2003 Girls High School Tournament.
I assume Coach McVickers is going to be able to tell them to shoot now there at that end.
We can tell them, and they did, but we're going to get a double dribble, and there's
the clock shows no time. So
all it is the buzzer.
Really, if this is true, there's no buzzer. All they can do is tap. I don't think under .3 you can shoot the ball.
I think it ought to hit as soon as it's touched. And it did. Good job by the bench officials. As you see, Kerry McVicker is very happy about his Pana Panthers, but he's got a quarter to go. As you say, McMillan dip it down, and we will be back with the final quarter of the night right after this local message. Here is is a young lady named Candace Parker. If you haven't heard about her, she's a junior from Naperville, and there is the dunk.
I don't think
Everybody's heard about it.
I wouldn't have stayed in to take the charge on that. I know that.
You don't see this too often, but that was legit. And that's a good way to bring us to next weekend's action. Class AA on Friday, March 7th, the quarterfinals and the semis, and championship on Saturday, March 8th. And Candace Parker is hoping that her team will be there. They survived a very tough ball game against Neuqua Valley, but they're still in it. Fenwick is ranked #1. That should be a terrific tournament next weekend. The lead has continued to grow inch by inch. Pana by 2 at the quarter, and by 5 at the half, and by 8 at 3/4 as you look at the stats.
Well, theoretically, this is the only quarter that counts if Carthage still makes a run.
That's the right. It doesn't matter what the stats are. All in one on the scoreboard with you in the lead. .43 to play. 8-point lead by Pana. They seem to be slowing it down just a little bit. Inside to Chamberlain. Go with what's working. Chamberlain on the low block with McMillan on the bench. Puts down for 2.
Well, that could very well be his plan. Rest McMillan as long as he can and just change the pace of the game till he can get her back in.
Well, you talked about her as a senior with those 3 fouls that she has managed to play the whole time. And there's Hibbard backing her way in and making a 2-point, and she get a chance for a 3-point bucket. That foul's going to go against Kristen Chamberlain. And like we talked about before, with McMillan out of the ball game, that responsibility for Hibbard falls to Chamberlain, and she's now picked up 2. Still in good shape with a quarter to go, and McMillan enters. And she's going to replace her sister, Jenny. These free throws are going to be crucial down the stretch, because anytime you get a free shot with the clock stopped, it's big, and Hibbard makes it count.
And remember, the Carthage only had 1 free throw the first half, so they could certainly use some here.
Probably thinking we'd do a couple more. They're going to bring that defensive pressure out a little bit higher.
It's not even close to 1-1 for either team yet.
No, 4 and 3. We're going to get a foul.
Hand check. And Shirey.
7-point lead for the Panthers.
Should be her 4th.
That's her 4th foul, so we're going to have to see what Bill App's going to do about that. Oh, nice job. Big steal by Twaddle. Hibbard, and we're going to get a foul on the ground before the shot, I believe. Wouldn't have mattered because it didn't go in. Oh, he's going to stay on the shot because he's going to get 2. And quickly, Chamberlain picks up number 3.
That was a good job by the out official. He just waited on that because he knew the underneath official had a better look at it, I think, and he just waited to see what he had come up. I hate complimenting officials, by the way. But it was a good job.
And you know, they work hard too all year, and it's an honor for them as well. They have to go through a rating system to get down here, and they take those pictures. And
I know, and I'm very much involved in that rating system.
Well, we wish that more people would get involved as officials.
Right.
We need a lot of them. It's something that people have not stepped up and tried to do of late. McMillan goes back up, stripped of the ball, and there'll be a foul on the ground before she got up.
I believe that's going to be on Hibbard.
If it is,
that's going to be her for.
Nope, that foul's on number 20, Ashley Nagel. And
Hibbard had to look like it's me.
Kerry Vickers is just shaking his I can't believe it. McMillan.
Back in the old days when you had to raise your hand, my coach always said, hey, if you've got less fouls, get your hand up in the air.
I think there was a lot of that going on. I think that's why they quit. People were volunteering too quickly. Julianne with 2 in a row on that from the free throw line, so she makes the charity throws good. 52-44, 6:30 to play in the 4th quarter. Shirey goes to the hoop and kicks it back out. Yeah, she did.
Right, she did.
That's a tough one. Carrie Twaddle, quick feet on defense. Unfortunately, on offense, that hurt at that time. But if they don't convert, Carthage will.
It just uses time. You just have it. You just got to have a quality look every time down the floor.
Absolutely. That's 2 quick ones. sometimes there's a tendency as a guard to try to make up for a mistake.
Right, and there's 6.5 minutes left.
Oh, yeah,
they just have to keep their heads in it here, and you know, they don't want to get them to 1-1. It's 6 fouls.
This game is absolutely anybody's ball game. Pana's been in control through all 3 quarters, but Carthage just will not go away. Lob pass. If that ball went in without looking, that'd been unbelievable. That was the old toss it up backwards.
I think she was just hoping for a call on that. She was going to get the ball up, see what happens.
Now Dickerson goes for 3 and gets it. That's huge. Lexanne Dickerson. 15 points her first 3. And brings them within 5. Closest they've been since the first half.
Well, Dickerson seems like a quiet girl, but she has a lot of floor presence and shows a lot of leadership. I thought she did in the sectional game with Alleman. Just was after it. They were behind most of that game, and she was just one of the kids that just didn't quit. They gave themselves a chance to win, and they could do the same thing here if they'll just stay with it.
Well, the crowd is kind of quieted down as if they're waiting to see what's going to happen. Pana slowing it way down and killing some clock. We're down on 5 in a 5:23, and it'll stay down with Pana Panthers. There you see the clock, 5:21, 4th quarter. Pana and Carthage, Pana with the 5-point lead and the ball. And now for the 3-point arc, and off the mark. Touch last by Pana off the hands of McMillan and over to Carthage. So this could be a huge sequence.
Very close to being a nice pass to McMillan. She had it in her hands. I think she's just a little surprised it didn't draw any iron.
I'm really impressed with Wendy Kinsey's touch on the ball. She obviously has been doing a lot of that to Chamberlain and McMillan, but she's had some. Hibbert's provided some good defense. She had to work for it. Hibbert looks to go outside. Now she's got the ball. Well thought about it. Last time down the floor, Dickerson had the 3. And picked her pocket. Nice job. Easton with the pick. And we're going to have a jump ball.
It's going to go to Pana. I thought maybe she was going to call timeout on, but as it worked out, it was their ball anyway.
Easton with the steal, and as they go off the floor, we want to remind you that this IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. And some of the fans here for, I would guess, since they're wearing blue, it must be the Blue Girls, or the Blue Crew, it says, the 6th man.
I haven't seen the cow. At the sectional, they had a cow. And since I'm a farmer, I kind of wanted to see the cow.
Well, you know, that's a pretty a wealthy little thing, those cows these days.
Except the Hashires have, I think, much more expensive cattle than I do. I was talking to Katie Hashire last night. I think I'm on the poor side of the track, so this...
Well, you know, if they come out on top, they may give it to you. Turnovers and the points off. That's the big thing.
Right. Right. That 6-point difference on it.
Payne's made them count, and that's all that matters right now. Kinsey decides to pull up and take the jumper herself. McMillan with a nice board, turns and shoots.
Nice, but she didn't foul on that. She didn't lean on anybody. She just went up and grabbed it, found a spot to shoot from.
So Carthage now with 7 again, coming out of that timeout. I still got to believe Shire's got to find a bucket here somewhere, but they're doing a terrific job. She's double teamed there by Chamberlain and McMillan.
I just think McMillan can be a little intimidating. And Chamberlain too. Chamberlain just positions well.
Absolutely. Well, it's nice when you've got somebody 6 foot to play off of that situation. And that luxury of having 2 players of that size and that mobility. And as we talk about, here she is running the 3-on-2.
We gotta get a
yep. Both of them were hustling so hard they walked with it.
I just don't think she knew she was fighting her teammate for the ball.
At that point, you're just doing everything you can to maintain possession. 4 minutes left in this game. 7-point lead by Pana. McMillan with the ball inside. Nice turn. And
head fake, and I think she got the foul on Hibbert.
I hope the young players are watching her head fakes. Every time I have seen her with her back to the basket, she has initiated the sequence with a head fake.
And a lot of times when kids do that, they'll drag a foot. They can't just use their upper body, and she's very good at really moving a little more than her shoulder and her head.
I bet Coach McVicker's hoping that Jenny's getting some lessons on. There's Bill Lapp, a little pensive, trying to find the key with 8, looking at a possible 9, and it is 9-point deficit. They just can't put that run together. They'll have a nice little streak, and they just can't keep it going. And credit that to Pana. They are taking every blow and coming right back.
This is somewhere you've just got to get a couple more baskets than them just to get it back to 6, 5.
That was a great move. Shirey! That's a tough way to get your first bucket of the ball game. There you see the tough rebound falling away and banks it home over Chamberlain. Let's see who that foul's on.
That's called the harm in the hoop. I like that statement, the harm in the hoop.
And she makes it pay. So Shirey with 4 points now, 2 free throws on our first bucket.
I think we have a twisted ankle.
Well, that'd be a killer because Lexanne Dix, oh good, she's all right. She has just been a...
She's trying to screen out up front,
plug.
and I think she stepped on a foot.
She's got 15 points, and she's a spark plug. All right, Kinsey directing traffic. 6-point lead now. Pana with the ball. 3:39 to go. The last spot in the semifinals at stake against Oakville. Nice hands and Hibbert. Oh, but saved. No advantage. Hibbert tries to put it up against the hands of Jenny McMillan unsuccessfully, but they retain possession, and Dickerson will inbound.
That was a good no call.
Just let him play, right, Coach? Shirey all of a sudden seems to want the ball. She's coming toward it as she backed away. That was good to see if you're a Blue Girl fan.
Well, probably that basket a minute ago is encouraged her.
Oh, there's a big hoop. Hibbert, the senior, to the hoop, and a chance for 3.
This is going to be a nice drive. She's going to end up with the left hand at the basket. Kept that ball away from the defense.
And you get the lefty like that going, and another big part of that is that foul was on Chamberlain, her 4th.
And that's that broken hand.
Can't tell. She makes them pay. All of a sudden, it's a tray between them. So the patience, you talked about it, against the pressure, is paying off. And Bill Lapp looks up at the scoreboard as Pana brings it down. And you can see his player standing. He directs that traffic. There's Shirey. All of a sudden, a little bounce in her step.
Yep. And that half-court trap there.
A rare turnover by Wendy Kinsey. Her foot slid, and Kerry McVicker can't believe it as he calls his timeout. He needs to talk to him. 3 points down with 3 to go. It is getting tight here at Redbird Arena. We'll be back right after this. This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the exclusive entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of this program without the express written consent of the Illinois High School Association and KOST broadcast sales is strictly prohibited. And tomorrow's games ought to be terrific. The first of the 2 semifinals, Hampshire versus Hope at 11 a.m. and Oakville and Boo to follow. Whoever it is going to earn it. There's only 3 points separating them. And that Saturday's action as you look at the blue and orange of Pana Panthers, who are hoping their team can hang on to their now very slight lead. Full court pressure by Pana against Carthage. Twaddle with the ball. Every possession will be absolutely crucial at this point in the game.
Well, the Carthage coaches spent most of the time out discussing amongst themselves what to do, so they must have a strategy here that they want to apply. Oh, nice back down.
Oh.
If that was a strategy, it worked.
She was so aware. She didn't push. He made sure. And it's a 1-point advantage to the Pana Panthers after leading by 8 after 3.
Well, I think McMillan's going to touch the ball here sooner or later.
You think?
I would think so.
Oh, she's drawing a crowd.
Yeah,
They're
she's right.
triple teaming
3
her.
and 4, looking at it.
Very interesting. They've got front, back. They are all over her, but she is so agile.
They just want to draw Carthage just another step away, another step away.
Oh, taken away and taken right back. Oh, what an unselfish play. McMillan to Chamberlain.
And great court awareness.
What a turn of events. Dickerson had the clean steal going the other way, and all of a sudden it's 2 points. That foul's on Byers, and it's going to put Ashley Nagel. Talk about big free throws. She's a 52% free throw shooter for the season, none bigger than right now.
She was attacking with her left hand as well.
Uh-oh, calm as a cucumber. Brings them within 2. 1:39 to play. Pana with a 2-point lead. Nagel misses the second, so she's right at her average. Pana with the ball and hanging around. Ashley Nagel. Pana does not have to attack, and I'm sure they wanted to come out and leave McMillan open. Now they pick up man-to-man there, but they just can't leave McMillan.
No.
1:18, clock ticking and going against Carthage.
They just may have to come to a time, though, where they're going to have to pick up everybody, and that's probably when they'll go to McMillan.
Well, they can stop the clock because both teams are in the bonus. And Carthage showing no sign at this point of fouling, and that's probably a good move, trying to steal it cleanly. McMillan inside, splits the D.
Then that was the shot she was missing first quarter, and she's not going to miss that one.
4 points. And there's that, the 3 goes up.
Oh.
A little short. Free, but Shirey. Oh! Rebounded Chamberlain, and we're going to get a push. Shirey with a nice look at the half hook, and it just wouldn't fall. Bill Lapp.
That's third foul on Quaddle, but good foul. Stop that clock, give themselves some more opportunities.
4 points, Chamberlain at the line.
Well, Chamberlain's probably going to end up with fewer points going, but she's done just a tremendous job inside, both at the offensive and defensive glass, and then scoring these big points as well.
He's just not just a decoy, I tell you what. He's been a threat. That one doesn't go down, so it's a 4-point lead. Under 40 seconds to play. Nice spin move. Oh, just a little hard. Last 2 shots, just a little hard off the glass for the Blue Girls. And now full court. 25 seconds, 4-point lead. McMillan with the ball and fouled by number 22, Lexanne Dickerson. That's going to put McMillan at the free throw line. She's a 61% field goal shooter and a 72% free throw shooter. You know, Julianne McMillan has had just a whale of a ball game, and she's also a 44% three-point shooter. Right. The girl can play the game.
SIU Edwardsville is supposedly interested in her.
Yet to make a decision. We get a timeout for Bill Lapp and the Blue Girls with a 5-point lead. A little under 30 seconds to play. Bill Lapp got the board out. He's got a plan, Coach.
Well, we better get the microphone in that huddle and find out.
I don't think we're going to be able to do that, but we are going. You can surmise what he's going to do. Obviously, they're going to have to make this possession. You go for 3 right away?
Well, it's a 2-possession game. Right. If it can stay at 5 points, then no. Because you're going to have to either create a turnover or foul again anyway, but I just don't want to, you just wouldn't want to get too greedy too quick.
The big problem
23 seconds, you don't have a lot of time to waste.
We're going to get a chance to listen in on Carthage.
You and you, or you take the ball, that's you and you, whatever. You guys need to set your feet. All right, and it comes back out. Ready? All right?
They're going for the threes. They're going for the threes right away. Take it, get it back out. If you don't get it, he said go for 3. Carrie McVickers just wished that clock would tick right down and be done.
And you need to remind the big people, too, inside that you can rebound these threes. They don't make the three. That's a loose ball. You just got to go get it. There's no tomorrow.
Everybody's in the bonus, but Pana is in the double bonus after this next foul, and 1 timeout apiece.
And now, yes, you got to have the three. You got to put this into a 2-shot game.
21 seconds. Shirey, and she double dribbled and turned over the tough one. So he's talking about his press. He's calling it out. They're going to put pressure down here. And it helps so much. They've got those big girls who can, got away with a walk. No, she didn't. So back-to-back turnovers.
That was an official lying in wait. Caught her at that end of the floor.
Too excited there. So Carthage, I'm surprised they didn't go down a little deeper because they can't waste the time going down the floor. Oh, stolen by McMillan, and comes back. Nagel out of bounds off, and they're going to get a block on Pana, and it's going to put Nagel at the free throw line.
We almost got souvenir basketball.
We did. I was ready, Coach. You put me in. Nagel at the free throw line. These are where they're crucial because you need basically what you need. You try to intentionally miss the second.
Make the first one and probably want to try to miss the second.
Sometimes when you try your hardest to miss it, that's when you make it.
Well, plus it's got to draw some iron too.
Absolutely. She went for it. So now he's going to play defense. 4-point advantage by Pana Panthers, and timeout, the last of the timeouts by the Carthage Blue girls, and Bill Lapp. He wanted the threes last time. They didn't get the chance at the turnover, and then came back the other way. He's looking at the clock, trying to decide what you can do. So what would you say to your team right now, Coach?
Well, you just can't allow any time to go off the clock. You've got to either steal the ball or foul immediately. All it's going to take is for someone from Pana just to break clear for just those few seconds and the ball game's over. You just won't have any time.
You foul before any time goes off if you can?
I've seen that done, yes.
As you look at the Pana Panthers, who are about 7 seconds away from a victory, you look at the three-point showdown. Malia Phipps from Carlinville out in Southern Illinois. They were pretty close there, 11, she led. And tiebreaker points, those are your 4 that will go into the finals tomorrow. And of course, next week, they're going to be at 12:30 tomorrow, and next week, they'll go against whoever wins tomorrow will go against the AA finalists, and they'll square off for Queen of the Hill for 2003 and Illinois High School Association girls basketball. You know, something that's been unusual, that there's a young lady named Anthony White who has been here 4 years in a row. That is, we believe, the first time that that's happened. Check with Jim Flynn, who knows everything about all that stats, and he doesn't think it's happened before, so kudos to her.
Safe
one of the
to say
White
she won't be here 5 years.
No, you cannot get that extra eligibility in high school. Well, they did foul coming right out, but I don't think they want to put McMillan, who's deadly at the free throw line there, but sometimes you don't have a choice.
No.
McMillan has 27 points, looks to add to her total. She and Chamberlain have done the work inside, but not without the teammates getting the ball. And Shirey re-enters the ballgame.
I'm talking to Coach McVickers last night. He called her his horse and then kind of smiled. Said, "Yep, you're probably right, because the kid can do it all." Maybe for a girl, maybe it better be Cute Little Pony. How's that?
Well, into the ball game for the Carthage Blue Girls, number 25. That's Lauren Dunham. Number 10, Kayla Bisbee. Also coming in, number 33, Sarah Bennett. So what a classy thing by Bill Lapp. I think the hardest part about this is the tears on the sidelines of what they feel that it must mean. And true to her word, puts it down to 29th point. Julianne McMillan as the shot goes up by number 33, Sarah Bennett. But it's going to be the Pana Panthers squaring off against Oakville in the second semifinal. You see Carrie McVickers slap 5 and goes over to shake the coach, Bill Lapp. They hug and embrace. He looks calm, but I guarantee he was not.
Oh, I see a little sweat on his brow.
High school basketball team.
Well, the Pana Panthers been here twice, and they're going to pick up some hardware this year.
And Carthage has nothing to be ashamed of. They hustled, they worked, they overcame some foul trouble. Just didn't have some balls drop. I thought probably Shirey not scoring early maybe got him out of sight.
I think that's very accurate, and I think there's a very happy coach and a player with Jim Albrecht. Jim?
Kerry McVickers is standing by, but first we'll talk with Julian McMillan. Julian, you came in averaging 20. You had some trouble getting started. You were missing some shots inside, but you certainly didn't miss any down the stretch.
Yeah, they were doing a good job guarding me. I just wasn't getting my feet set and making the right shot.
When they came at you late in the third quarter and again in the fourth quarter, you guys responded every time.
Yeah, we came out and we had to play hard defense because they penetrated a lot on us, so we had to get down and slide our feet and play better defense.
So what's it feel like being on the final day of the season and still being in the hunt?
Feels great. Our girls have never brought home a trophy, so it feels good to be in this position.
Well, for what it's worth, you're the Country Company's player of the game, but I'm sure you got your mind on Oakville tomorrow. They've got some good size. You're going to have to beat their zone defense.
Yeah, they're big. I watched them before our game, and they have a tough zone defense. They have it spread out, and they're real big, so it'll be tough.
Some great moves in the post. Go get them tomorrow.
Thanks.
And now we talk with Kerry McVickers. You know, I didn't know you had that kind of jumping ability, Coach. I saw you jumping a couple of times.
Well, you know, these girls have just worked so hard, and, you know, I mean, I'm probably happier than they are because I know how hard I've worked them. And I have worked them so hard, and to see it pay off for them is just wonderful. Thought our post players just executed so well. We at halftime, we changed to putting both our post players on the same side of the floor, made an easier entry pass, and we could just stick it inside so much easier. And I thought both girls did such a wonderful job.
When you say, and I've got 20 seconds, when you say working them hard, that means physical and mental, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just come to play. You know, for 19 years, I was a boys coach, and I haven't changed a thing. I mean, we still practice like I was at Williamsville, as hard as we can go, and the girls have just accepted that, bought into the full court defense, as you can see, get out and run the floor, and they're executing wonderfully.
Enjoy the moment, enjoy the night. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm so proud of them, and thank you, guys.
Pana in the semifinals after the quarterfinal win tonight. We'll be back after these local messages.
Well, Chuck, the Pana Panthers truly are road warriors, and they're going to come home with some hardware tomorrow.
Right, and what you say, 8 home games is all they got to play this year, and it probably pays off in the long run. They can go on another floor and play like that. One of the things I was most impressed with after all the things that McMillan had done was I think she went 11 for 11 at the free throw line.
It just, those charity stripes make the difference, and 29 points for Julianne McMillan, our player of the game. And let's promo tomorrow as we look at the 2 semifinals. We're going to have Chicago Hope ranked #1 all year long against Hampshire, and in the second game at Oakville against Pana in your second semifinal. For Chuck Blake, I'm Ann Penstone saying good night, and join us tomorrow at 11 a.m.